Persona is a leading end-to-end identity solution that helps leading companies catch more fraud with less effort. The way we achieve this is working within the identity infrastructure environment. So if you think about your own company, there's probably a lot of like names, addresses, date of birth that are kind of flying around your company at the moment, but they're currently being siloed, right, by different functions, applications, etc. So a lot of times these are things and pieces of information I have to capture in order to do certain job functions, but there isn't a lot of creativity or thought put into how we can leverage this information to, again, catch more fraud. So with that, Persona is really trying to socialize and make people understand and companies understand that identity is a relationship. It's not just a transaction. It's not a singular point in time, but a continuing conversation that happens when all of these pieces of information come together. As a person myself, wherever I shop, share my information, I want it to be secure, as safe as possible. If I'm making a purchase, I want you to know it's me when I return, right? And important, especially within a financial context, is if people are trying to access my account, making sure it's me and not someone else, right? So again, information from identity that exists in one point in time, but also many point in time at like high risk interactions and things like that. How is Persona approaching this? I think any company has a myriad of options presented to them, either to work with a single point solution that provides one specific form or function, you can build in-house, but I think a lot of where our founders came from, like Square and Dropbox, learned is we really want to apply and provide building blocks. We have an acknowledgement that you have an existing tech stack, and we want to provide you with flexible, easily implementable tools that can work within that infrastructure and really provide specific use cases and experiences for your customers. So how are we doing this exactly? It's not lost on me that we're in a conference with a lot of booths and a lot of words. I present to you more buzzwords, but these are still honestly really valuable and things that Persona does help its customers with. So we have live video frame analysis. How you can translate that to human speak is if someone's holding up a document or an ID, we'll capture that as soon as it's readily available for us and there's like a high quality capture. Computer vision algorithms help us detect more than human intelligence or an eye can really discern, something's legitimate or fraudulent as it relates to a document. Add to this working off passive and active signals, So when you look at the left-hand side with Krusty the Clown, I know, very professional, consider this to be your onboarding flows, right? I'm actively requesting information from my customers, name, DOB, phone, etc. This is great intelligence to mine, but on the right-hand side, we also want to enrich that and do things on the back end, right? Because tell me if you've heard this from your product teams. We want super streamlined, easy onboarding flows. I tend to translate that as lightweight forms. Again, passive signals, passive intelligence become really important to help design your customer experience. So what does this look like in practice? You have a user coming to your company. We're doing a collection of information. And then again, we have that mix of passive and active signals. And then based on the risk segmentation here, we can offer different experience, whether they be low to high friction. So a few examples of what this could look like. In the low friction flow, again, we're getting started with the process. We're asking for pieces of information. Everything is looking fairly legitimate. Well, thank you for your time. Get you onto their product and start using. Medium friction, again, starting with the same point. However, we will have an additional requirement here for a government upload here. So we're going to capture that, as you can see in the third screenshot. Lastly, again, this could be the highest friction flow, still asking for the same information, but we're stepping up and doing additional challenges there. Now, when you have everything that I've been talking about, this becomes a really powerful automation tool. So you have intelligence, you can create experiences, but you really want to automate and help scale from there. right? This is a really nice thing to do for any one individual customer, but of course you want to do this universally across your customer base, wherever, whenever, however you operate. In closing, one thing that's really important to us and we're always happy to talk through is the personalization and customization that Persona provides its customers. When you're asking for sensitive information like this, it really translates more positively if it's in your own brand voice, in your own design, so there's a consistency in the ask, and really providing the context as to why I'm requiring this information of you. So what you're looking at here on the screen are various mocks and live pictures of our customers, how they've constructed their onboarding flows. But again, your company could be here as well. To that, if you would like to visit us and get a full-fledged demo, we are at booth 711, easy one to remember. Thank you for your time, and thanks IT team for the new cables.